Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well. I'm in a different room. I shot a different Friday the 13th video that's coming out tomorrow. And I needed more space because I had a lot of stuff. And so I figured, you know what? I'm going to also shoot another Friday the 13th video. And I'm going to do a ranking video. And I figured I'm already in here. I got some Friday the 13th stuff kind of hanging out here. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can't see from my other video. But I was like, you know what? Let's just turn on the camera and let's do a Friday the 13th ranking video. Hopefully this is all kind of in, hopefully this is all kind of in frame. Not really in frame, but like steady. I usually don't film in here. Hopefully nothing's like crooked, but if it is, we're just going to keep going anyway. I haven't done a ranking video in probably 3 or 4 years. My thoughts on these movies have changed a little bit. My rankings have changed a little bit. So I figured, you know what? I am going to do it. It's Friday the 13th tomorrow, and I figured let's do another ranking video. The thing with this video is in the first ranking I did not include Freddy vs. Jason, and I decided I'm going to include it in this video. I just figured let's go through the movies. I'm not going to talk about them too much. This is more of a ranking video. Not too much of it explain what the movies are about. But I can tell you maybe a little bit kind of why I like it or why I don't like it. But anyway, yeah, let's get started. This was in the last spot, the last one I did. And it still has not changed because I just do not really enjoy this movie. It sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. And I just find it kind of dull and boring. I'm just not a big fan. And that is Jason X. This is the movie where Jason goes to space, which you'd think would be a lot of fun. And I know a lot of people have a soft spot for this movie and they really like it. I just can't get into it. I think it's boring. I mean, there's a couple okay scenes, but it's just, I don't know. I just think it's almost too ridiculous for its own good. And I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I've given it multiple times. I want to like this movie, but I just really don't. So, Jason X coming in the last spot. Next up on the list, we have Friday the 13th, Part 5. I think one of the main reasons that I really don't like this movie is I don't know. If I recall, I believe this is the one where Jason is not even in it. It's somebody else is the killer, if I recall. I think that's this one. I don't know. I don't really care for it. I don't like the whole group home aspect of it. I don't like the obnoxious neighbors that are living next to the group home. I don't like any of the characters. Those two drive me nuts. I just don't think they're funny. They try to be funny and they're just dumb. And this movie just fails. There's just so many scenes that are just like, ugh, so dumb. They're so boring. I don't know. These are the two. I mean, the rest of these in here, I could watch again. These two here, Jason X and Friday the 13th 5, I just cannot get into. Like, they're ones I don't really watch hardly ever. I just don't like them. Next, we're going to go into a movie that I really didn't like at all, but it's growing on me a little bit, but it's still pretty low on the list. This still isn't one of my personal favorites, but it does have one of my all-time favorite kill scenes in it. And that's Friday the 13th, part, 8? Jason Takes Manhattan. I will say, not one of my favorite Friday the 13th, but I do love this artwork. In fact, in the other video I did, I have pretty much this exact same shirt, and I wore that in the other video I did. Then I switched it out to this Friday the 13th shirt. But, I mean, this movie, it's okay. I used to not like it at all, but now I get to the point where I can actually watch it multiple times and enjoy it. It's just not one of, like, the best ones they have, but it does have one of the coolest kill scenes of all time, and there's a scene where a guy and Jason are fighting on a rooftop, and the guy, he's like this athletic guy, and he just keeps punching Jason, and he keeps backing up till all of a sudden Jason just smacks his head and knocks his head right off. Absolutely hilarious. One of the funniest scenes. One of the funniest kills in the entire franchise, in my opinion. But, I mean, otherwise, the rest of the movie is kind of dull. In the end, what the hell is going on in the end of this movie? Very weird. I don't know. But there is parts of it that I do enjoy quite a bit. But yeah, but not enough to make it super low on this list. So next is a movie that I've always enjoyed. I think it's kind of fun. Actually think it's a lot of fun. This is kind of like the Friday the 13th version of Halloween 3, and that's Jason Goes to Hell, where you just have Jason kind of transforming, his soul's transforming into taking over other people's bodies, and those people are killing. I think it's just kind of a cool, fun concept. There's some interesting characters in here. There's some fun kill scenes. And yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good for the fact that it's kind of, it gives a Friday the 13th, but it's not really traditional. It kind of is different than a lot of the other ones. I think it's pretty darn good. I enjoy it. It was kind of nice at that point in the franchise. I think they just wanted to do something a little bit different. I mean, just kind of the camp slasher thing. It started to kind of run its course, so I think they were kind of like, all right, well, let's do something a little different. And I don't think it's a bad idea. Although there are some scenes in it that are just pretty ridiculous, but still enjoy it. I might get some hate for this one because I know a lot of people really like this movie. And it was a lot lower on my list, I believe, the last time I did this. And I watched it not that long ago. And I don't know. I just didn't really enjoy it all that much. And that's Friday the 13th Part 3, the 3D. I don't know. I don't really care for any of the characters. I don't care for like the biker gang guys and the dude who's wearing, I forget his name, the really annoying chubby guy with curly hair that wears the Jason mask where Jason originally gets the first hockey mask from. He's just such an obnoxious, annoying character. Like, he just drives me nuts. And yeah, I just think the characters are just kind of boring. I think the biker gang people are boring. Just, I don't know. I don't know. There's some cool kills in it, but that's about it. But yeah, I used to like it a lot more. And I watched this last time. I was like, I just don't really enjoy it that much. So that goes there. Next we have Friday the 13th Part 7. Now this movie really is pretty dull as well all the way through. The characters are dull. They're very stereotypical, just annoying, just teenagers that just don't really add much to the movie. But the reason that I have this movie as low or as high on this list as I do is because the last like half an hour of this movie is freaking badass. It is so cool. Jason looks awesome. So Jason probably looks the coolest in this movie out of any of them in the franchise. Except for maybe, I don't know, he looks pretty badass in Freddy vs. Jason and in the remake. But otherwise, of the original kind of ones that they did like from the 80s, he looks the coolest in this. And the whole ending on this is like the coolest battle in the entire franchise, in my opinion. It's just awesome. But otherwise, everything leading up to that is kind of boring, is actually pretty boring. But that whole end sequence is just awesome. It's worth it alone seeing this movie just for that end sequence. But all the other characters, the teenagers, I can do without, man. But yeah, that ending, that last part of that movie, that third act is quite good. Next is a movie that was way low on my list before. I did not like this movie really at all when it came out. But then I saw it again. And I saw it again when not Scream Factory, but Arrow put out the 4K of this. And the 4K looks phenomenal. And I was like, this is not a half bad movie. And that's the Friday the 13th remake from, I don't know, maybe 2013. I'm not really sure when this came out. It might have even been like 2007. 2009, maybe. It looks like. Yeah, maybe 2009. It's just cool. I mean, he looks badass in this. Although the main characters, I think that's the main thing that I really didn't like, is I didn't like any of the characters like at all. They drove me nuts. But they didn't bother me as much the second time I saw it. And then I watched it a third time. It's like, all right, that's pretty good. And then I watched it a fourth time. It's like, all right, this movie's pretty cool. I like this movie. So this was one that definitely grew on me. Yeah, Jason looks cool. He's super like he's just really vicious in this. The whole opening sequence to this movie is just badass. Yeah, this one has really grown on me. So Friday the 13th remake, And so if you watched it only once and you don't really like it, give it a few more viewings. It grows on you, and it definitely grew on me. All right, next we're going into, this is a movie that I'm probably going to get crap for putting this high on the list, because I know a lot of people trash this movie and they don't like it at all. But I thought it was a freaking blast. And that's Freddy versus Jason. I know a lot of people were like, this movie came out, a lot of people complained that it's not what they wanted in a Freddy versus Jason movie, that it wasn't serious enough. I'll be honest with you, this is exactly what I want in a Freddy versus Jason movie. It's like Bugs Bunny and like Roadrunner. It's like Looney Tunes. It's literally like watching Looney Tunes. There are so many scenes in here that are just so over the top ridiculous that it's just a blast. I mean, honestly, I think I couldn't have asked for anything better in a Freddy versus Jason movie. I mean, when you have those two guys like that together, you want it to be like a Looney Tunes scenario. And that's exactly what this is. This movie's a blast. If you only watched it once and you say you don't like it, give it another viewing, maybe even 2 more viewings. I think you'll grow to like it. It's hilarious and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan. All right, next. We're getting down. Final 4, guys. Next, this one was lower on my list last time, but it's got a little bit higher up. There's other ones I like a little bit better. And that's the original Friday the 13th. Jason is not the killer in this one. Spoilers. His mother, but I mean, this movie came out in 1980. So no, was it 80? 1980. So if you haven't seen it by now, well, sorry, spoilers. But yeah, I mean, this movie it's I don't really even consider it like a Friday the 13th movie. It is, but it's not like. It's a slasher, but it's more of just a whodunit. All the other ones, you know who's doing the killing. This one, you don't know till the tail end of who's actually doing it, which is a really good, clever idea. And I know that they have said multiple times in documentaries that they're basically riding the coattails of Halloween. They're basically just ripping off Halloween. That made a lot of money, and so they're trying to do the same thing. And then after this came out, there's been multiple 80s rip-off slasher movies throughout. But this movie is just a fun whodunit. But yeah, if you've never seen it, Jason's in it, but he's a child, and deceased and kind of a zombie, but you don't see him that much. You only see him, I believe, at the end. And, yeah, but it's really a fun kind of whodunit movie. I guess I spoiled it for you by telling you who did it. But yeah, no, it's a good movie. I really enjoy it, but it's not quite as fun as some of the last 3 I got on this list. All right. Next, we have Friday the 13th, Part 6. This movie is a blast. I absolutely love this movie. Yeah, Part 6, right? 5, 6, yeah. Part 6. This movie is... The thing that I really like about this one is, for starters, like the whole opening sequence, I mean, it looks like such a theatrical type creepy movie. I mean, they got fog machines. I mean, they got a bunch of heavy lights. It's just very theatrical, very dim, very dark, just super, it looks cool. It looks super, super cinematic. That's one thing that I really like about it. 2, up until this movie in the franchise, this is the only time that there's actually been like a protagonist that's actually been like on a mission trying to do something. All the other ones, it's just a bunch of people running around who don't know who Jason is, and are basically just hanging out with their friends and getting slaughtered. Here you have Tommy Jarvis, who knows, well, I mean, they might know who Jason is in the other ones, but they're not doing a mission. They're just hanging out and they're getting slaughtered. He's actually on a mission. His whole point starts off that he goes and he wants to dig up Jason and make sure that he's dead. And so he wants to strike him with electricity to make sure that he's dead. Well, that ends up bringing him back to life, which is a funny concept in itself. And then Jason basically walks around as like a full-on zombie in this one. This is also the first time that there's actually been campers at the camp and not just counselors. And it's just ridiculous. There's so many goofy gags in here that are just absolutely funny and just really work. And it's just, like I said, it's super theatrical and just a lot of fun. And you actually feel like, I feel like this is the first one that actually feels like a true kind of like theatrical slasher movie in the series. All the other ones did too, but this one just seemed to go above and beyond that. And it's a blast. I absolutely love it. Definitely check out part 6. It's there's a lot to like about it. All right, next, second to last, we are going to Friday the 13th part 2. I love Friday the 13th part 2. It's so much fun. I mean, this is the one that for sure feels most like a campfire movie, like or a campfire story. Because even there on the back, they're sitting around the campfire. You know, they're talking about Jason around the campfire. You know, it's like they're telling spooky stories. Kind of reminds me very much like the beginning of The Fog, John Carpenter's The Fog. And although Jason doesn't have the iconic hockey mask in this one, he just walks around with a sack over his head. I really like the characters. I like the setting. I like everything about it. It's just so much fun. Yeah, out of the entire series, this is the one that feels the most like a campfire story. They did a really, really good job of doing that. I think it's a great sequel, and I don't think they could have really done it better. There's some excellent kills in it, like some of the coolest kills in the entire franchise. It's just a lot of fun. This is the one out of all of them that would be fun to watch on like a Friday night in front of like a fire in the fireplace. It has that vibe. It's really good. I definitely recommend it. And finally, you can probably figure it out by now if you process of elimination. But my favorite is Friday the 13th. Apparently I'm having issues talking. That's the second video I've recorded, so I'm getting a little tired. The first one was quite long. So Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Everything about this movie just does it for me. It's so much fun. You have fun, interesting, ridiculous characters. You got Crispin Glover just being beyond ridiculous. You got so many great one-liners, great kills. You got a young Corey Feldman. I mean, who didn't like Corey Feldman in the 80s, man? He was just great in the 80s, and he's great in this. He was an excellent actor. Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really seen much now, but like the stuff that he did in the 80s when he was a kid, he's a great child actor, and this movie's no exception. He's really, really good in this. Another thing that's interesting about this movie, too, is you got the kids in the cabin on Crystal Lake next door, but then you have Corey Feldman and then his mom and sister, so they bring in kind of a family aspect to it. All the other ones was just kids partying, having sex, and getting slashed by Jason. But this one actually brings in a family dynamic into it. It's kind of an interesting take on a slasher movie. Just really, really a lot of fun. There's some cool cinematography. And it's just a blast. I mean, this one has always been in like my top 3 for a long time, but this might have been, I don't think I did it as number 1. I don't remember from my last list, but it definitely makes number 1 in this list. This is one that I think is one of the most rewatchable. And it's just fun every single time. I never get sick of it. Definitely check it out if you've never seen it. And that's it, guys. That's going to do it. That is my ranking for this Friday the 13th. But that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know you guys like what I'm doing. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your rankings. I'm curious. I'd like to know. Let me know what you're going to watch on Friday the 13th. Yeah, let's talk about this stuff. Leave me the comments in the section. Leave comments in the comment section below, guys. Yeah, you guys are amazing as always. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fun and safe Friday the 13th. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.